shiver, but you never stop there. It's when your legs can't support you, and I carry you home. You slowly describe the dream that you had last night. It was lovely like spring. You could recall the
Test.
ending. It
Whoa.
didn't matter. I still just loved hearing the way you might word. It's never the point we get to first. Just stick to the script. We're so well rehearsed over and over. Cowardice keeps my head on my shoulders. Just to connect
Test.
it at least. I swear I've gone crazy from late nights in thought of your newfound lovers with his lips on your cheek. You kill. And always return. The bird after winter back to a tree. It's outgrown my company, so pour a few drinks. The spot on the ground below is crippled to fly. So stay here till morning. I'll be on my way. I'll try to keep from calling, but I can't guarantee. Prove weaker than I seem. When it comes down to you, you're the weakest part of me, and I love you too much to cut you out. It's never the point we get to it first. Just stick to the script. We're so well rehearsed over and all of the things I gave up on you. Biggest mistake. Say something, I know you're alright. I was right to say it ended all tonight.
Hello.
And I said,
Man,
maybe the
I'm
one
getting like
to cry.
super bad
And I
latency.
was
I can't even
right,
talk.
and I was right. Say
Give me a second.
something, I know I'm not alright. I'm having trouble with the choice to stay alive. They try to tell me that this pain will pass with time, and I hope they're right. I hope they're right. And I hope they're right. Say something, I think I lost the fight. I guess I don't really expect to last.
Test.
tonight. If
Test,
I
test, test,
do,
test, test.
then I guess I'll
Man.
be just fine. Yeah, I'll be alright. I'll be alright. Don't you hold it against me. I didn't know the consequence. I know it's
I don't know what the deal is.
Ignorance. I know I'm so full of excuses. Wish I could blame it on my age. If only I could find something more convincing, then I could be free from all your blame. I'm so scared of what comes next. Answer questions with questions and find my way out. Every way I'll never forget. This is speaking in tongues and it's wasting our time. There's gotta be more than an answer.
Nope.
Questions with
Man,
questions and find my way out.
it's still not better. Hey, book nerd. Yeah, no problem. Glad to see you here, though. Is this any better? No, now I'm getting a... I can't believe it. It doesn't give me any issues all week.
But I'll be alright. I'll be alright. Say something, just tell me that you're fine. I've decided that I'd fight to stay alive, and I know that your scars look a lot like mine. But we'll be alright. Yeah, we'll be alright. We'll be alright.
Sorry about the noise there. Yeah, I'm not sure what the latency is. Yeah, sorry, Mojo. I can't do this latency, man. It's crazy. What am I gonna do? All right, I'm just gonna play some more music. I can't listen as I talk. I'm gonna play some more music. I'm gonna mute so that hopefully I don't throw any more weird sounds your way. Sorry about this.
Stand up straight when you're talking to me, 'cause I'm not a child. And your spine's looking kinda weak, but it's just your style to cower beneath your words and your crooked smile. It's disgusting, can't you see that it's simply vile? You had your chance to redeem yourself. You're just a selfish kid who thinks of no one else. Now that I'm gone, you go and have a drink, and you'll find your way on the slickest streets. Now there's cops knocking on your door, 'cause they got a call from that old bag on the second floor, 'cause she heard it all. And your guilt's written in my blood, sprayed across the walls. In that room you could call a tomb, but it's no time for jokes, you know. They'll figure it out, they will crack the case, and I'll tell
Test, 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 test. Ooh, that might have fixed it. That's it.
Say something, I know you're alright. I was right to say you'd end it.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Mojo. Yeah. No problem. And good to see you back, Book Nerd. Yep, I just figured out the latency thing. Let me turn the music down here. Cool. So it's Friday. Let's do some fun stuff. I was thinking we'd jump right back into find what other endings we could find. Last time we left off, we ended up in Button Heaven. Stanley, our man Stanley, ended up in heaven with all the buttons around him. How's everybody's week? Book Nerd, how was your week? Glad that it's over. Yeah, life. I gotcha. Well, yep, it's Friday, so we have a little bit of solace, for the next couple of days. Hopefully, I know the weekends aren't necessarily always restful either, but they're at least busy in a different way. I was gonna say something. It's on the tip of my tongue. It wants me to enter the time again? I did this last time. Oh boy, watching the kids kids all weekend, so not much rest. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, are they fun at least? Like, I know it's work, but hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Oh, 2 are sick. That's a bummer. I mean, that stinks for them and for you, but yeah, that's a bummer. Being sick sucks anytime. Before we get started, can I say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. See, I love this game. I love the writing of it. Somebody said that last time, and I totally agree with it. Because you heard me say that out loud. I set the clock last time, but I still did it. And they thanked me for it, so I appreciate it. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the time you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. All right, I'll let you get back to the video game now. There we go. That's so good. So I did remember that there was one path that we did not take in the earlier kind of sequence last time. What is my favorite time? Oh boy. Um, probably like 9 or 10 p.m. Just because usually you don't have very many obligations that occur in that time, so for the most part, you're usually just chilling. What about you? Anybody, you have a favorite time? 3 a.m. like we talked about in the last game. One a.m. Like, so you're a night owl, or you wake up extra early?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley
No one
worked
around
for
to bother
a
you,
company in
yeah.
a big building where he was employee number 427.
So we're learning about Stanley again. For anybody who's
Employee
new,
number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk.
Look at him pushing them
telling
buttons.
him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
buttons.
This is what employee 427
In heaven.
did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Hey, you know, I mean, if he's happy,
And then
then
one
that's
day, something very peculiar happened. Something
nothing
that
wrong
would
with that.
forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So, in this beginning sequence, I assume that it saved the progress that we did, or the various endings, and I think that we learned last time. For anybody who's new that's tuning in, we played this on Wednesday night in our after party. After I play some songs on Monday and Wednesday evenings, and then after I play some songs, we do what's called the after party, and we play some games. So on Wednesday we played this, and so I think what we learned about this game is that the overall premise is that we need to find all the various ways that this story can end. Hey Emojo, welcome back. And I do have, kind of on a totally separate note, I had something that I was brainstorming today I wanted to run by you guys, as kind of like, since you guys are kind of my core audience, my core crew, I wanted to kind of run it by you and see if you thought it was a good idea for trying to grow our little community. I don't know if should we wait until maybe some more people show up, or you guys want to just go over that while we... It's like a referral thing. Not to be too businessy about the whole thing. I thought it was kind of a fun idea. I don't even know how many people we have in here right now, but I know you two are here. You're heading out soon. Okay. Well, then let me run it by you guys real quick. So, one thing I was thinking today is about doing like a referral thing where, like, if people refer someone to the channel to follow, since we're trying to like get to affiliate and do all that kind of stuff. Yes, you're the important ones. I was thinking I could do like free download codes for songs. And so like if somebody refers someone to the channel and they follow and they let me know who referred them, then the person that referred can either choose to get a free single download off of Bandcamp, or they could save up 5 referrals and then they would get a free album. Does that seem like a fair idea? I wanted to run it by you guys. Tell me what you think. So 5 referrals would get you an album for free. It's all off of Bandcamp. That's really the only place I can control who gets what, basically. And then, but you can do a 1-for-1 for singles. I don't think I can control giving away individual songs on an album, though. That's the only thing. I know, I already have you on the spreadsheet. So I was just brainstorming it today. Yeah, everything would be digital. Yeah. I mean, obviously the overhead would be very costly if I was giving away a lot of physical things. But I feel like it is still kind of a reward. I mean, I don't know. Does it seem stingy or does it seem like a good thing? Yeah, Mojo, if you want a single, I can send you a code. You just tell me which single you want. It's any one of the actual like classified as a single on Bandcamp. Since Lime Skittles you don't prefer digital media yourself, but I think most people would like digital best. Digital is best. It'll last longer. Well, I could do this indefinitely, honestly. But definitely up to 50. The advantage also with Bandcamp is that Bandcamp allows you to download any format that you want, like file format. So if you want, and hi Dirk. You could download MP3s, like high quality MP3s if you want that, if you want like a more compressed version. But if you want like the actual master quality, the one that that came straight out of my digital workstation, and the one that Dirk, worked very hard to make, it's very best, you can actually get the highest quality, highest resolution file off of Bandcamp. So that's kind of the advantage of Bandcamp. So some people who are like real audiophiles, they really like Bandcamp for that reason. Yeah, I'm not there yet as far as doing physical releases and stuff. It's so expensive you have to buy in bulk to make it make any kind of sense. But then I'm going to end up with a big stack back here of, 1,000 vinyl records of, that nobody wants yet, I gotta kind of create some demand first. Just got a referral. Let's see. Yeah, to get the full master version is so nice. You don't even get that from Spotify down. Yes. Yeah, just for a referral. Yeah. Yeah, so even like the new upcoming single, you could theoretically just hang on, like Emojo, if you wanted to get Humble on September 2nd, you could just hang on to that referral credit essentially, and then once that song comes out, then well, Dirk already has all my music because everything runs through him anyway. He's got all of it. But I did think about that. I thought, should I put Dirk on this spreadsheet? But I was like, he already has everything. He doesn't, you know, he probably doesn't care about downloading them off of Bandcamp. You're only seeing the album All Right. On Bandcamp, that's where you're looking right now? Mojo? Okay, so if you want to be on the list, I can put you on the list, and you can still get points if you want. Dirk? Oh, on YouTube Music. I think that the Unfinished Rooms album was listed under Aaron Robeson because that was what it was originally released under. So, like, if you search Nosbora, it'll have Unfinished Rooms and All Right, but they'll be two different artists, but they're like related. And I noticed that so if you look up Aaron Robeson, it'll have all of Nosbora's stuff in there. I don't know. YouTube Music is the only one that I noticed that has done that. So I'm sorry if it's weird. I'm not really sure how to fix it other than I guess I could try to contact them. So, go look somewhere else. Are you able to add, I'm not familiar with the interface with of YouTube Music. Are you able to add your own library, like your own files to your library in YouTube Music, or is it just strictly like Spotify where you go and you listen to stuff that's hosted there? Yeah, that's called My Truest Regret. Yeah, that's the most recent single. Okay, it's like Spotify. Cool. That makes sense. I kind of figured it was like that. So let's see. How hey, you can answer this off, but how did you get the outline around your video so precise? I don't know, it's a template, and it already had like a preset resolution for what your camera should be. I just downloaded it from the Streamlabs template, whatever. Oh, horror marathon. That sounds fun. Well, thank you for joining in, Book Nerd, and you know, have fun with the horror marathon. I just watched a horror movie last night. It was kind of horror movie. I watched Mother. I think it was Mother with Jennifer Lawrence. It was really disturbing, actually, at the end. But yes, have fun. Thank you. See you next week. Speaking of having your music, I accidentally played My Truest Regret on my stream all the time. That's all right. No worries. I'm not going to be coming at you for royalties. I have YouTube Premium, which is $15 a month. It comes with free or ad-free YouTube and music. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, if you were already going to pay for something like Spotify, then that makes sense. But you're getting your video perfectly sized for the outline, which still seems crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It just came like that. I can send you. We can work on that this weekend if you'd like. I can show you which one I used. Yes, Jennifer Lawrence. This one was like not a pleasant experience with Jennifer Lawrence, though, unfortunately. Okay, so this game is this is the I'm gonna go to the show you the cover, the Stanley Parable. Okay, so Emojo, you were in. I think you were away from the screen for a few minutes, so that's cool. So we went through kind of like the intro little cutscene. Stanley is a very normal guy, and what he does every single day is he waits for orders to come through on his computer, and they tell him what button to push and for how long. And that's what he does every single day. And he's a very simple guy, and he is happy. But then one day, he's here, and he notices that no orders have come through all day. And he looks out of his office, and nobody came to work. And so there's this narrator who basically narrates your life. But we found out on Wednesday, he's a very normal guy. Yeah, very, normal is maybe not the right word. He's a very, boring guy, I guess. He just doesn't, he, can't make his own decisions. Okay, good. I'm glad. We basically found out last time on Wednesday that there are, 2 dozen endings to this. I don't know how many. There may be, I don't know. Probably 20 endings to this game. And so the goal is basically to find all the various ways that this story can end. And some of them are very short, some of them are a little bit longer, and you decide whether or not you're going to listen to the narrator and what decisions you're going to make. But Stanley is not the kind of guy that makes his own decisions. And so that's kind of the funny, there's a lot of humor involved. So it's good. So let's get started. I know I've kind of delayed enough. And so I think we've determined that the referral program seems like a decent idea. I've got good vibes from you guys. So I think I'm going to go ahead and proceed with that. And then we'll see if that helps kind of grow our community here. And, at the very least, I want it to be, I don't want to kind of put too much of a barrier between people and my music. Like if somebody wants to listen, I don't want them to have to necessarily shell out the money if they can't afford to. So a referral is a free thing that they can do to get access to the music as well. So I figured that was also another way of thinking of it. Okay, so let's investigate.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Everything's on YouTube Music. It's just that the old album is under my actual name. They all come up though, kind of at the same time. Oh, Dirk, you looked this game up? Don't look up anything. We gotta just figure it out. That's the thing. That's the beauty of it. Yeah. Yeah, if you put that into YouTube Music, you'll probably find that, all of the, unfinished rooms, it's basically just that one album, and then you'll see that everything else should be under Nosbora. So I also have the, deluxe edition, so it has a whole bunch of new content. I don't even know, I'm not going down that hallway yet, but, so we have a whole bunch of extra stuff to do later.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You'll have one funny story to tell about me? Uh-oh. Do I know this story? Oh, Meliza, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the crew. We're now deciding whether we go left or right. This is the decision of this game. Oh my gosh. I don't even remember. Must have hit me pretty hard. So the narrator said to go to the left. Now, last time we did just about everything over here except for one thing. So I think we should go and do it real quick. So we're going to go to the right. I'm sorry.
This was not the correct way to the
I know,
meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, Zelandros, thank you so much. Thank you for bringing somebody else in too. I appreciate that.
Truly a room worth admiring.
Welcome
it had
back.
Been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
We've got some people who have never
But
seen this
eager
game
to
before,
get
so
back
we're
to
kind of doing a
business,
little recap.
Stanley took the first
If you
open
haven't
door
noticed
on his
already.
left.
So we've gone straight before, and we went and we're on this kind of thing, but we haven't gone down this hallway yet.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section.
And we haven't gone
walked
down
straight
here.
ahead to the opposite door and got back on track.
That's where he wants us to go. No, the game's not about being rebellious necessarily. It's like, I don't know what it's about. For me to describe it to you, I don't know if I could, but we're gonna go down because we have not done this yet, and we're gonna see what he says. Yes, the game is impossible to explain.
But Stanley
More
didn't
of an
want to go back
experience.
to the office.
Exactly.
He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go from here it's left.
He didn't sound very confident on that one. Okay, so he wants me to go left. I don't think there's any other options though. Let me check these doors. Nope. Oh, that door closed. I don't think I can reopen it either. The narrator's glitching. Yeah, I love the narration too. It's,
No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Oh, okay. It's to the right.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Yes, Bastion. I started playing that again recently. I still have not gotten very far in it though. I keep kind of getting bored of it, honestly. Okay, so we don't really have any other options because I don't think I can. He shuts these doors. Further down in the dark, scary. Oh, this is the mind control. But it's from a different. We were in the last time we were playing. We ended up in this room and it was like the mind control center. I've seen
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay. I guess that was another ending. Here we are, back in boring Stanley's office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Zelandros, did you stay for the whole stream on Wednesday? Did you stay till the end when we got to the button heaven? Okay. All right, good.
When Stanley...
What?
Wait.
What?
What? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Oh.
Let's find the story.
What? Oh, this is so cool. Now it's not just left or right. Okay, good. Zelandros, I'm glad. I was just making sure. I didn't know. I couldn't remember how long, if you had stayed all the way to the end. Because that was kind of through the whole thing. We were working on those, pressing the buttons on those various computers. And I was going to let you know in case you didn't stay the whole time. So, which way?
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's hilarious. And we had to, and it didn't even start the game over for us. We had to physically start the game over. Crazy. Emojo, it's all good that you didn't, they weren't able to stay for the after party. That's all good.
Co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, button heaven. That really kind of tickled my funny bone. I was thinking about that. Oh.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay, I guess we're going back. Who would want to leave button heaven? Exactly. You could just press all the buttons that you'd want, and they just kept coming back. That was kind of the... I felt they was... I don't know, just that I was trying to press them all, and then just to realize that, oh my God, they're all coming back up. I literally can't press them all. Okay, so we're supposed to go back, I guess?
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story.
This is
Here
different.
It comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Whoa. This just took a dark turn.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
I don't recognize.
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations! I know
All
you put in a lot of
right!
hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
We win. I don't care if he took it back. Okay, here we go.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just
Trademark.
follow the line. How simple is that?
I love that in the subtitles having the little trademarks. Oh wait, now this is a different. What if I go? I'm gonna veer off the path. I'm gonna go the way that we always go, and see what happens.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. It was worth a shot. Nope, nothing over here. I guess we're just leaving it up to the line. Should we play some solitaire? Nope. I should add first playthrough tag. Edit stream title and description. Let's see first. First playthrough. Is there one that says I don't know what the hell I'm doing, or is that what first playthrough means? I'm sure that's what that means. People make that connection.
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
I like how it goes
Here's a
around
thought.
this mess.
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
All right. There's something down here? Nope. I don't want to get lost, so I'm on the line. And this is all because we took that little
Cut the music.
elevator.
Go back and look at that fern.
What? Go back and look at this
Stanley,
fern?
this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Does everybody got it? Looks pretty normal to me. Well, I don't think we need help, but
Wait, what?
I mean we
We're back
do,
at the
but
office?
don't really.
No.
Wait,
no.
what?
Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh. This game's killing me. All right, take two. Right back where we were. And it was all because we took that one little elevator. All right, now
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
ooh.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley,
This is
I'm
definitely a
ready
circle.
for it.
Oh, changed.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley,
Like crashes
I'd
through
also
the
like
roof.
to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I like how anytime the line is referenced, it has the TM. It or line or. All right. Crashes right up through the roof again.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
The
Hold up, what's
confusion
this?
ending.
The confusion ending. You're telling me
Timer.
that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're
Yeah.
supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
After a long time,
So
Stanley
now,
dies.
according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Both doors go into the same room.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
What? Are we still in the confusion ending? That is the question. There's no line.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think we're done with this confusion. Okay, his new content we have access to.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
If I was Stanley, I'd want to die. But he was happy in his life. He just wants to go back to normal.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Oh, these are good
Feeling
too
a
for anybody
wave
who
of
wasn't
disbelief,
here Friday or
Stanley
Wednesday.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Take it out passive-aggressively on your coworkers. Using slides to ensure employees that everything is okay. Slick blue graphic in the header. You most of all. Typical corporate slideshow.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Let's see if the writing on the bathroom wall changed. Nope. That was the first one that we saw, I think. There's nothing else in here. Nothing on the computer. We have an elevator in here, but last time we found out it basically does nothing. I mean, it opens and it sounds like a leaf blower when you start it, but it doesn't take you anywhere. So we're not going to waste our time with that.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned.
Did we
to
do
discover
everything
not
in
an
here?
indication of
We couldn't
any
possibly have
human
done
life.
everything.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh, I thought maybe it'd do something else if I typed it in wrong. Let's try typing in wrong a bunch of times.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. "2845. Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Okay. So we got to figure out what else we can do, because we already did up and down a bunch of times and pissed him off, and then we saw the like relaxing music up in here. Up in here, up in here. We did both yes or both on and off in the power room, or the whatever, the mind control. Is it the mind control room? Down this elevator. Let's see. So we got to see what other things we can do. Because I thought Thomas Trainwreck last time when he was in here, he said there was something like 19 endings before the DLC. And I don't think we've seen that
deeper
many.
Into the building,
We haven't seen that many
realized
endings.
He felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now?
Yeah.
When for years, it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
It definitely looked like we could do something, but he kept
Stanley
mocking
walked
us.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
He kept mocking us and saying, "Oh, you're pressing the buttons as if you think something could stop this? You big dumb idiot." And so I don't know if that was factual or if he was just... Who knows? I don't know anything. You know, there's really... So let's try it again, I guess.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Because it shows colored buttons on the screens, and I was trying to press those buttons, and it just would change the color of the button on the screen, and then it just wouldn't do anything.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh, I can jump off. Should I jump off? That seems like an ending. Probably not a good one. You think they had numbers on them? Okay, we're already here, but it looks like... Because I was trying to jump off last time. Thomas Trainwreck was saying something about that, and I couldn't figure out how to get off the railing. But this desk, I can definitely jump off of. So we can come back and do that.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yeah, those buttons had definitely had symbols on
He
them.
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Okay. So let's look at the
Here was
buttons
the proof,
before...
the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Oh, look. Here are numbers. I was pressing these colored buttons over here on the little control panels because this is where the numbers showed up. But maybe these change colors. Because that was... So we got 3. Maybe if I can remember where things are. So 3. Got 1, 2. There's 5. Where's 4? It's a little tricky in the dark. One, 2. Yeah, I'm just not seeing 4. Am I just, like, blind? Is it up here? Oh. Is that it? Up there? I can't even... It's, like, so dark. It's obviously a little staircase that goes up to it. Maybe that opens once the machine is turned on. I cannot see it though. This is... So that appears to be 4. I mean, that has to be. Okay. So now we know where the numbers are. There's... Shit. 3, 1, 2, 4, and then 5. Now, I noticed they had colors on the screen, so I don't know what that means necessarily. So we're going to have to kind of try to figure that out. I think we have like
And when at last he
3
found the
minutes to do
source
it.
of the room's power, he... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification,
Kind of nervous. I don't know why.
nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Okay, so
It's
3
your
and
time
blue.
to shine. You are the star.
3 is over
it's
here.
Your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the
3.
bomb goes off. But what precious
What,
moments
find a
each
blue
one of them
button?
is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to
Is
start.
that blue?
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right,
3.
I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
Dark
I
blue.
erased them. I turned off the machine.
That's
I set
not
you
blue
free.
then, I guess.
Of course, that was merely in this instance of
Is
the
this-
story. Sometimes when
It's
I
like
tell
teal.
it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing
You have
buttons
3 attempts
endlessly
remaining.
and then dying alone.
What?
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you,
Console
it's
is-
quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so
There's
much.
no blue buttons.
You know what? To
Am I
hell with
missing
it.
them?
I'm going to put some extra
Those
time
buttons
on
don't
the
look
clock.
blue.
Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley.
Is that supposed to be
Time
blue?
doesn't grow on trees.
Incorrect.
Oh,
2
dear me,
and then
what's the matter,
purple.
Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
What if
I mean,
it's
look
in
at you,
number order?
running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored
Well-
ones, or maybe this big red button, or
I mean,
this
I have-
door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten?
That
One
sounded
soul?
that sounded good.
Do
It was
you
like
have
doo-doo-doo.
any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Ooh, this is purple.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along.
1 attempts remaining.
It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me. All
It's a big
part
red
of the
button.
joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
I don't know. I definitely found button number 2, and I found a purple button. And then there was that big red button, and it said I had 2 attempts, and I tried one, and it said wrong, and then it changed to the... I must not be smart enough for that one.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Hey,
Perhaps he
Bramphy.
had simply missed
Good to
a
see ya.
memo. Oh, please. Are you really
Welcome
just
in.
doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
I guess I'll click it 20 times. Let's see. No. Still no achievement for clicking it 20 times. You lied to me. Awaiting input. Is it going to be a different ending, or... I'm just going to do it just in case.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I wonder if
this
there's...
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
The very first thing that we did...
Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
The first thing that we did when we started this game is we went straight. And then
Stanley
I
was
jumped
so
off.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. I jumped off. And I don't know if we like really tried to find any other alternatives over here.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy.
What if I jump
really,
off and go over there?
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Danger. There's danger everywhere. So this is definitely new. We did not do this. No buckets past this point. Check your buckets at the door. Ah. We're met with the red pill or the blue pill.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
So naturally I have to go through the blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
The blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Yes. I love it. I still can't defy his instructions.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. we would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
That definitely looks like a trap. Oh, what is this one? That also looks like a trap. I don't want to go through either of those doors. They probably go to the same thing.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
What is this, superliminal?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Buttons. Okay.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
This is so dark. I'm gonna jump eventually. What is this? A little picture. Ooh, they're all green.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Ooh, they're red. No, we're going back.
No! What did we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
Let's try it one more time. Let's give them a false sense of security. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna just chill in this ethereal space.
Are you... You are going to stay here, aren't you?
Time to die, Stanley. Your numbers up.
No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Sure. Or should I just jump again? Oh, wow. Looks even cooler.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving. Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. No. No, no. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
I gotta keep giving him false hope. Oh no, I think that's the end of the false hope. Time to die, Stanley. Now your number's up. You had an extra number. You had 2 numbers. This is your second one.
Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
Time to die, Stanley.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Nope. I don't see that.
No, perhaps not. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get a... Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
I don't know anymore. That's the honest answer. I'm not really sure.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I still thought that was possible.
Hey, Lime Skittles. That's fine. Lurking's cool too. You get to see all the more weird things continued from Wednesday. Stanley's walking so slow. He must have sprained an ankle. Got one of them sprained ankles.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Is it over? Do you really want to die, or are you just teasing me? Not sure. Okay. So we died. We'll see if anything's different.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I've completely lost count of how many endings we've come across. So, I don't know when we need to start going to the new content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I mean, walking off the platform 5 or 6 times may kill you. Yeah.
The lounge was
That
sublime,
seems logical.
a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley. Its grace, its subtle charm. No, Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
Really?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I think we need to go back
Stanley
over
was
here.
so bad at following directions.
And let's
it's
actually go
incredible he wasn't 5
fully
years
across.
ago.
Because again, I haven't... We only did
Stanley,
this
I think
once, and I
perhaps
don't
we've gotten
remember
off on the
if we
wrong
really
foot
looked
here.
very hard.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh, this is the
This
one...
is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
One second, I'm sorry. Zelandros, I don't know how early you got into the stream, but I was talking about a kind of referral perk program, free music. So I'm gonna add you to list if you want a download code for Bandcamp for some of my music. We can communicate separately, like through whispers or whatever. But since Meliza, I'm gonna count that as your referral. If you want to save up 5, you can get an album, a full album for free. So 1 is a single. But I just want to add it before I forgot. I want you to get credit for it. I have a spreadsheet going. Cool. All right, back to the game. Meliza. Okay, thank you. I have such a hard time with some of these usernames. Meliza. I will work toward the 5. Perfect. Well, thank you. I have added Meliza to your referral list, and then just have anybody else who you send over let me know that you sent them, and then I'll make sure to update your list on the spreadsheet. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't take us back through that hole, because that was like a...
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one.
I think it's going to take us through the same... I don't know if there was any alternative path on this side.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh,
So
come
rude.
on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh. That was different. Wow. He really locked it down.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
And I can't press any other buttons. I already
Stanley
tried
is
that.
quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Oh, thank you, Dirk. Thank you for saying that. I don't know if Dirk's a little bit biased because he had to listen to it for like days on end. He's my mastering engineer.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
And good friend.
From behind his desk,
So-
Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I don't think it'll progress if I don't push it. I don't know how long we should wait for it to say, "Good job. Thanks for not pressing it." I don't think it'll ever happen. I think it's like, haha, you
see?
idiot.
Can he just
Yep.
not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand
not
that
hear me?
every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I love this one. Press the right to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see.
I want to get a tattoo of
Maybe
that.
this time.
Question nothing.
And I tried again, and Stanley
Please
pushed
die.
a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
At least a t-shirt. Just write it on like the front of a t-shirt. It'll have nothing to do with any songs or anything. It'll just be in the merch store as question nothing. Okay. So I guess we're back.
Just a step through this door,
Oh.
Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
That was different dialogue. That new content is enticing.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What do we have left to do over here? We have... I guess we still have to figure out... Anybody else have any ideas on how to stop the reactor from going off? I am hesitant to look it up. I don't like... It's just such a long workup to get to it that I hate to get there and then have everything just soiled in 2 minutes. You know? Unless we have kind of a solid game plan going forward. We have all the numbered buttons. We have the colored buttons. We have a screen that tells you a button that has a number on it with color. And I tried pressing the number button and the color button. And then the big red button that's like over by the number of attempts. And it was still nothing. We could also try jumping off at the mind control facility. Do we want to try that? I mean, we could start doing new content after, you know, I mean, I can't really go back now, I don't think. I think it closes the door behind me. Yeah. We could start doing new content soon. But I'm not sure.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Hi,
Feeling a
Yvonne and
wave
Ron.
of disbelief, Stanley
are
decided
ya?
to go up to his boss's office, hoping he
One
might
cool
find
cat.
an answer there.
What is hot? The stock market is somewhere here. Oh, okay. Is there a broom closet ending?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay. What if I go back into it? Yeah, Book Nerd was here earlier.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Is there... As long as he still keeps saying things...
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Sweet FA. Can I close myself in?
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I don't know. There's so much dialogue around this.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed in front of your screen. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
The roast. Yeah. Oh my god, did you get the broom closet ending? That was my favorite ending.
Ah, second player. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
You too. Oh my gosh, I think it's over. Is it over? That was worth it. Ah, second player. You too?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, God. I'm surprised there's nothing to do with this elevator over here. That just seems like it's so ripe for... It just takes us nowhere.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Huh. So I walked over here once and I definitely kind of got stuck around this corner. So maybe there's something over here. I just can't see anything. Can I turn this thing around? I really like can't interact with very much in the game, so. I'm just gonna try. Maybe it's nothing. Am I stuck again? I can hear myself walking around. Oh. Okay, here's something else that we didn't do. Whenever we go down the escape to the left, he says, it's not too late to turn
Stanley
around.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
So if I start walking back... You found it on YouTube? Yeah. I know. I might have to contact them about that or something. Because I definitely submitted for...
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Yeah, I submitted for a name change with everybody else, and everybody else changed it except for YouTube Music.
Nope, still on board with death.
Yeah, you can definitely save it. I figured that's probably what you'd want to do.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yeah, September 2nd is when the new song comes out, so... September 2nd, yep. Anything? Is he going to say something different? Yeah, so I won't be able to send you a code until then, though, because I have to make the codes once the song is released, then I can make codes for them. Yes, you did hear correctly. I lived in that area for a handful of years. Kind of my middle years of late middle school, high school. Yeah, I was class of 2010. I guess let's try jumping down.
The lights rose on an enormous
see what he
room
says.
packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, and then I moved away from there when I think it was for senior year, so before senior year started. All right, so we're gonna plummet to our death and see what happens.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours, so here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game, with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section.
Oh.
You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good.
Trying to find any kind of anything, anywhere to go. But I think that was it. I think I was just like in this flat area. Good job, you did it. Made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Mojo was a ladies' man. He admitted it last night. Ooh. Yeah, Mojo, I think that's just kind of how it goes. So the bottom of the mind control facility ending. We got that. We got the broom closet ending. We're just going to call it that.
Now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
What do you think? New content? Or what should we try next? Should we go and try the buttons? Buttons. Buttons. I'm just trying to think of like what other things might we have missed. Although it's just difficult to even know because you just kind of stumble across them. I guess let's just go ahead and...
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I have not gone through this door before. This is a completely new... This is completely new content. I was trying to save it for after we had gotten like to kind of a point of diminishing returns on the main content. I feel like I don't know how without looking it up, I just don't know how we're going to get through that. When the reactor, whenever you turn on the mind control thing and then trying to turn it off, like I don't even know if it's possible. So for me to keep going back and fiddling with the buttons over and over again, I don't know if that's going to help anything. And I don't really want to like bore you guys with doing the same. I mean, this whole game is doing the same thing over and over again, but slightly different variations. So you're already going to have to see that. So let's try new stuff. Let's see what they got in here. This is completely new. I don't know what is going to happen. Yes, the narrator is very funny. I'm loving the game. Oh, okay. I'm loving this game. It's definitely like more casual of a experience.
Hello,
But an experience
and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Yeah, she does. I try not to call out or identify who she is. But yes, she does. This is like a commercial for a game that you already purchased. Yeah. It is. They're like, congratulations, you made such a great decision.
So far, it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Mostly tedious. Oof. Yep, underwhelming for sure.
All right, let's see it. The jump
Can we
circle?
jump? What? We can jump? Oh! Wow, all these jumps. I have not been able to jump at all in this whole game. Wait, am I using up all my jumps? Oh, wait, I can only jump inside of this circle, so I guess might as well use up all my jumps. I had, shredded mini wheats. Like an adult.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
What is over here? There's like this random bit of stuff in a cage.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for
Eating whole
exciting new
meals and
content?
parents
If
eating
this is new
cereal.
content,
Yeah.
then I could just read you the
Yeah,
whole dictionary.
basically.
There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
That would be sick. Yeah, that would be really cool. I'll be down. Oh, I don't know about a good not like this narrator. I'd have to think if I know anybody. Thank you for enjoying
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Like 2 seconds. I just have to go grab my water. All right. Where am I at? Live. What's a browser game? Just a game you can play in the browser, like on a page. Oh. Like RuneScape. There's a game I used to really like called, I think it was called Tactics Arena. You guys ever played that? All right, here we go. Oh, what? We're back in Stanley's office, but it goes to a different thing. Oh, addictinggames.com. Yeah. Yeah, I used to go to that all the time too. On that site, I liked. Oh, there's a picture of our old office hallway. Yeah. There was a game I liked on that. I think it was like Scorched Earth or something, where like you were like little tanks, and it was basically like Worms. But it was like a really simplified version where you're just a tank, and you just like set your angle of the shot, and then like your power, and then what type of ammunition, and then you like shoot at the other tank. All right, so let's check out this new content.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
I like completely forgot that I could crouch. I kind of don't. That seems like a trap to me.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
You're a dork anyway. Yeah. Yeah, we're not that old. I want to see the new content. Oh, wait.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Am I back?
He entered the door on his left.
I'm back at the old content. Oh, no. I just messed up. I know a
This
quick way
was
to
not
get back.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there, just a kind of, tingle. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I know how to get back to...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm just going to jump off.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Stanley is very powerful. Don't you forget it. If you forget it, he's going to jump off of a ledge and prove that he's very powerful. Okay, we're back at the new content. Let's stick with this.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Coffee nut. Oh, hold on a second. I didn't say that. That was not a recommendation, so please don't hold that against me. It didn't get good reviews. I know that. It was just. Don't say I liked it though. I haven't formed a full opinion yet. The end was just really disturbing. So if you like that, then...
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh, the new one with old boy, vampire guy. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was very good. I was very impressed by it. Very, very good Batman. Yeah. Well, I would tend to feel kind of the same as you, Mojo, but no, this one was worth it. I would watch it if I were you. If you have access to it, it's worth it. Like if I think it's on HBO Max if you have HBO Max. Yes, Kristen Stewart would be more the problem with her kind of plain motionless face. Oh, what? We're outside? Oh, we've gone outside once before. That was an ending.
I call it the memory zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Okay, so speaking of movies, has anybody seen Midsummer? That also very disturbing movie. Because this looks awfully reminiscent of Midsummer. Oh. Okay. Well, I haven't, but I was told. Yeah. Yeah. Again, I don't really want to be the one to recommend it, so I'm not going to say I recommend it. If you're into really disturbing movies, though, that have very good like cinematography and good sound and very good acting, the girl that plays in it, I don't know, she's been in like, I think she's been in like some of the Marvel movies. I'm not sure who she is. I don't know her name, and I don't keep up with Marvel movies, so don't hold that against me. She was phenomenal. She was such a good actor, actress, or whatever you want to say. But it was a very disturbing movie in so many ways. Don't watch it with anybody else. Like, watch it all by yourself.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap Nintendo Switch port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh gosh. She's gonna hate me. Don't tell her that she's not gonna let you watch my streams anymore. She's gonna be like, this guy's no good. It's definitely disturbing. It's a good one. I mean, it's a good one in the sense that if you like that stuff. This is something. I still kind of feel like so far we've been a little kind of ripped off on this whole deluxe content, huh? What do you think? Now the only thing that I'll say is this kind of like A-frame house, this white A-frame house is what you'll see. If you do end up watching it, this is what I was. Unpredictable horror, insidious. I remember that one being, surprisingly, yeah. Well done. Surprisingly well done. I haven't seen it since, and I probably only saw the first one, and it was good. Okay, so we've gone down memory lane. Oh, see, there's the ending where he dies on the street like a crazy person. That woman says to herself, "I'm glad I'm not a crazy person," and then she remembers she has a meeting, so then she leaves. Yeah, that was an ending.
Je suis dans la mémorisation.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be
This is
every
just like a
game
whole-
ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
I like horror movies that have like more depth to them. I'm not into like necessarily ghost stories. Okay, so we can go downstairs. This looks more interesting, so I kind of want to go down here if I can. Memory lane maintenance. Begin the game. Okay. Oh, there are 2 doors. We know that. Buttons. There's some buttons.
Here's another moving passage. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the
Shutter
most
Island is good.
enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the Nintendo Switch. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Wait, they opened that door again? Oh. The serious room. Uh-oh.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Not recommended.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this
Pressurized
game to full
Gas,
completion.
obviously
The narrator
Steam.
is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Unfunny.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking.
I guess we should watch the clock.
At any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait. How do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I don't feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window, or something like that. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking?
2 weeks.
But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only...
Let me describe it for you. Nope, skip. Where is he? Just cut his ass off. Yep. Is the fire alarm battery out?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
What the heck are we supposed... Sure, if I quit cutting him off, maybe I'd know. What? Is there a way to get out? Sounds like the outside is... Where? Buttons. It's like The Last of Us. All the greenery growing. About to say that looked different. Can I push it again? think I'm done with that. All right, Mojo. Thanks for hanging out, man. Good hanging with you. We'll see you next week. Yeah, see you Monday at 7 Eastern. Okay, so now I'm in the desert. What? It's like all of life has just died. Maybe I should go to the other side of that building first before I just walk out into the wilderness. Oh. Or is that an ending? Oh, I know. You're good, man. I'm just giving you a hard time. Oh. Wait, we're back in the main normal hallway.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
420, blaze it. New content. That looks
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
let's check it out. Let's see what it is. I got about another 30 minutes or so. At least. I like how the Shutter Island question was just kind of thrown out there and then not followed up on.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh. Here we go. We're in the...
Yes, you see? Isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Investor Showcase. Taste the sequel.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Potential. They're back. 2 doors. Okay.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite
2
nailed down what
Stanleys.
exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
New features. Oh, it's a bus. Okay. This kind of looks like when we were the star of the show when we wrote the book. When Stanley wrote the book about how to write a the ultimate story.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Hear your name in the game. That's new. I like that. That's new. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Let's go check that out. That sounds interesting, doesn't it?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course,
Too big.
the first and most
Too
obvious
small.
answer is that
Just
they
right.
want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Let's see what it says. Try it here.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Okay.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I am Jim.
Jim.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to
Jim.
lose all sense of
Jim.
who you actually are.
Where do I go? Jim. 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 Okay, let's check out the
I
other.
suppose I could allow only people named
new
Jim to play
features.
the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
What's happening with that? Why is it different than all the other twos? You heard Jim in the game. Exclusive. The button that says Jim. Oh, man. Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. So that's kind of like the companion cube, I guess. Reassurance Bucket, companion cube.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley,
Ooh.
anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, The bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Wow. Such benefits.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Okay. With just the right amount of change. The baby's all grown up. Bankruptcy. It's got to be in the game. Can I do anything with the bucket, or it's just a companion bucket? Jump circle, infinite hole, button that says the name of the player. New, free, new, and easy achievement. Jump circle. I don't understand.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get well someday. Oh. 12th birthday. Get well someday. Probably get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Okay. Oh, look at that. They're all decorated.
Or actually,
Wonderful.
maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on. You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Wow. That's new. I love all these signs. Free achievement. I mean, that just seems like... Let's go to this new thing over here. With our bucket.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
That just goes downstairs. Okay, Branfy. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Free and easy. Okay. Here's what we got to do. Free achievement. Get yours now. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Wow. No more steps. Step
Now,
3.
here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stan.
Still fully
but I
broken.
guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Unachieved and achieved. Oh my gosh.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Collect them all. Whoa.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay. I got one.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Let's see. That says exit. Why don't we try that? That seems like something.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now? So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Will it
Tastefully.
possibly work? I suppose it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Are we finally getting into it? I just can't even tell. Stanley Parable 2. Here we are. Achievements. Test achievement, please ignore. Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. Wow. Click on door 430 5 times. Okay. Just kind of curious.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big
balloons.
building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a
Beep, boop.
monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a ball 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Let's see. Let's see if it gives it to me.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
What? 417? Where's that?
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him. Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Is that back?
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so. Now, back to door number 437.
This guy's a jerk. Oh, there's the bucket.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
The copy machine.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk. Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again! Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh,
Yeah!
wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking? Stanley picked up the bucket.
So now I have a bucket. Input received. I don't know if the bucket actually has any function, does it?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I can't tell if anything's
Still
different.
no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Stanley and the bucket.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
The bucket was guiding me.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I don't know how this changes anything.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Huh. I guess I'm gonna go try and turn the reactor off one last time.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
The button.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
The bucket nearly burst into tears.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh,
Birds.
silly birds.
Silly birds. The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Silly birds. Well, if it's starting over, then I think that's a good spot to end with the silly birds. Thank you to everybody who's been watching. If you stuck with me through the whole thing, then really good on you. If you're not already following, would really appreciate follow. Help me get to the my follower goal. Tune in on Monday. You can check my schedule on my page. Monday, Wednesday, Friday are my streaming days, 7 p.m. Eastern. Monday, Wednesday are my from 8 to 7 or 7 to 8. Sorry, I do performances on acoustic guitar and piano, and then we do an after party where we'll play games and stuff. So again, thanks for hanging out, and hope everybody has a good weekend. So have a good night and take care. I'll go ahead and play a song as I'm kind of tearing things down. All right, later.
Though death sounds sweet, you make it taste bitter like the fourth glass of wine. When your voice starts to